All right, what's going on to all my concept thinkers out there? As you can see, I'm in the office today knocking out some stuff. Of course, rocking my Knicks gear. Hopefully y'all have been watching. So let's see. My last post got me a lot of messages talking about the difference between wholesaling, wholetailing, and fix and flip. All right, so I figured I'll just drop a quick video just to kind of quickly go through it. So obviously wholesaling is kind of that middleman process that we talk about. By the way, make sure that you go ahead, like, subscribe to the YouTube, and then of course, go ahead and pre-enroll for the e-course, how to make 5K before 5 o'clock. I think, and I got to check, but we got a couple more weeks and then it's coming. So anyway, go ahead and enroll in the pre-course. So let's see, wholesaling is that middleman process, right? So that is finding a distressed property, a seller that wants to get rid of that property, maximizing the value outlook of the property, i.e. marketing to cash buyers by way of showing the value in it, whether it be a end goal of a fix and flip or a fix and hold, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, connecting that buyer to that contract that you have that property under and collecting that middle income. So that's wholesaling, right? So seller, you in the middle, the connection, in buyer, you collect the funds in the middle. All right, we talk about that all in the course, so I won't go into too much detail here. That's wholesaling. Wholetailing is similar to fix and flip, but a lot different. So wholetailing means that you're going to grab a property. All right. And I just did this a couple weeks ago, actually, and did it wholesale. Now I'm kicking myself in the face. I probably could have done it as wholetail, made a little bit more money from it. But so ultimately, this is what happens. You find that same distressed property. You make a deal with that seller to put that property under contract, right? An assignable or assignment contract, right? And then you go in there and you put, I want to say for me, wholetailing, I try to stay under 10 grand, right? Really under 5 grand, to be completely honest. So I may go in to this property, it's distressed, but it may not need a ton of work, but it needs just a little bit. And maybe that work that you're going to put in is not enough to put on the MLS, right? So you're not going to list this property with a realtor or anything like that. You're still going to sell it to an end buyer or investor. All right. So you would go in and you would grab this distressed property, have it under contract. You would let that owner know, make sure your agreement says that you're allowed to go in and make any improvements, different things like that prior to closing. All right. This is just protecting yourself, protecting your money that you're putting in. Now, you might want to have an end goal as far as whether you're prepared to take this property on long term. All right. Or if you have an investor in mind that you already have lined up, different things like that. Right. So make sure there's an end goal before you start putting your money in. I would also say for wholesaling, you need to make sure you have a couple dollars in the bank, or at least access to some investors prior to you doing this, because you can put your money in. You want to make sure that you're not losing it. So let's say you grab this distressed property, you have it under contract for 30 grand. All right. You go into this distressed property, you throw some paint on the walls. All right. Maybe some sweat equity from yourself. Maybe you throw your contractor a couple extra dollars to go knock out some paint, sheetrock touch-ups, whatever the case may be. Maybe you throw some flooring in. I know in me, from fix and flip, different things like that, a lot of times we have some additional flooring left over, and it's not a whole box or it's not a whole case or whatever. So sometimes that'll save you 10, 15, 20, maybe even $100, and you just go buy whatever else is needed, right? Doesn't always happen that perfect. I know for me, it's usually like, one shoe and not the others. Usually doesn't work out like that, but just keep an eye on that. It may help. But you could also go get some wholesale products from your local Habitat for Humanity surplus store, whatever the case may be. But again, you're trying to stay under that 10, maybe even 5 grand is the sweet spot, under that 5,000 mark. All right. I like to call it credit card play. All right. So you knock this stuff out, you grab a little bit of flooring, you grab some paint, maybe that faucet that's broken, you go ahead and change it out. All right. You get all your cleaning done, different things like that. A lot of this stuff is sweat equity stuff. This is you throwing on your hoodie, your shirt, whatever the case may be, going in there, getting dirty yourself, saving some money. Once you get done with this, you're going to get it all pretty. Now, it's still not MLS ready, but it is definitely investor friendly. All right. What that means is when you start marketing this property to investors, you can let them know fresh paint, upgraded flooring, You know, you checked all your plumbing, your different things like that. I'm not saying replumb this whole house under $5,000. I'm saying you're getting it working or at least started, right? You change out some fixtures, different things like that. And then you're able to market that property that you had under contract. I think in this example, we said for 30,000. All right. And maybe your comps are showing homes in that area are going for like 150, right? You got it in the contract for 30,000. You put, let's say 5 to 10, let's do 10 to be aggressive. You put 10 grand in, right? So technically you're all in at 40, and then you sell it to this investor for $90,000. Not a lot of work that he has to do left. I'll even go down a little bit and say 70,000. Not a lot of work that he needs to do left to get it on the market, get it with a great property manager. If you're in Greenville, make sure you reach out to PMI Upstate, but get it with a great property manager. And then they can get $1,400-1,500 a month for it. Again, all of these numbers are hypotheticals because I don't know what area you're in. I'm just trying to make sure you understand the process. So that's wholetailing. Wholetailing is pretty much getting the property ready, getting it a little bit more attractive for investors, making sure that they can see that end goal extremely clear, putting in a little sweat equity, and then selling it to that end buyer. Not MLS, but still marketing it to a cash buyer. And then the other one is fix and flip. Now, fix and flip, you're going to put in a lot more money. Fix and flip, you're going to try to get that property for as low as you can. All right, because you're taking on a ton of risk. All right, remember, this is not you cheating people. This is you recognize that you're taking on a ton of risk with a broke down property, termite infested, wood roof falling in, the floor. I mean, you're taking on the risk, right? And then you're getting in there at your budget, whether you're using hard money loan, private investor, whatever the case may be. You're getting in there, you're getting to work on this property, and then you're getting it ready for MLS. All right, whether you're doing the BRRRR method and you're going to take the equity out of that property and put it into another one, or you're going to sell it on the MLS, take your money out and keep moving to the next project. So that is the difference between wholesaling, wholetailing, and fix and flip. All right, hopefully this video brings you a little bit of value. Of course, I'm super excited about the e-course on the way. Just wanted to make sure I gave you these nuggets. Happy Sunday. All right, concept thinkers, thanks.